McMillan with the game of his life right here, coming off of the edge on a DB blitz. Remember, he had that interception earlier in the game, and take a look how he just explodes, unblocked. Give credit to Vance Joseph for dialing up this blitz. I mean, this is a winning play right here, 3rd and 10. Just send everyone that you got, and the running back Hunt is not able to pick him up because he's so, of course, fixated on the middle of this rush, and he just doesn't see 29 coming off the edge, and he's late, and it results in a sack. And take a look at this play right here. So it's a 3rd and 15, obvious advantage for the defense, but watch how Bo Nix is able to step up in the pocket and create an angle for Courtland Sutton, who's able to get open, and it's a perfectly thrown football to the diving Sutton. Just this is Bo Nix at his best, guys. Game on the line, make a play. I mean, you're at your 20-yard line, so it's not like they're in cheap territory or anything like that. They're working their way down there. And he just throws an absolute laser to the diving Sutton, man. This is such a Bo Nix type of play. Say what you want about Bo Nix, man. I know he hasn't been the best by any means this season, but when the game's on the line, that's when he shows up and helps the Broncos win. So the Broncos finally were able to force a turnover against the Chiefs in this game. We've been waiting. You can see as McMillan's going to jump up and make a play here. The beautiful thing about this is Mahomes just tries to force it, man. I mean, there's absolutely no reason that this ball should have been thrown. There's just nothing there. It's a bad play. You see 29, McMillan just leaps in the air. And then off of the turnover, the Broncos, they had to go all the way down the field because you see where they get this. So there ends up being an illegal block in the back and an unsportsmanlike conduct on Sean Payton for being on the white right here, and the official ran into him. So the Broncos, they have to start inside of their own 10, and they end up marching down the field. And Troy Franklin is starting to break out here, guys, in year 2. Look at this release off the line of scrimmage. Just absolutely cooks number 8, Fulton, former Charger, and he gets to that outside, of course. Bo Nix puts it right on him. And the reason why this works is because of the up-tempo type of offense that Denver started to run in the second half. I can't show you guys the clip because I can't find it as of right now. But see how the Broncos, they're getting up quickly. They're not allowing the Chiefs to bring in everyone and to get set and to take time. No, it's just go, man. One-on-one, my best against your best, of course, here. And you have Franklin winning off the line. And with his speed, he's an absolute blur. You see guys putting it to only where his receiver can get it. Hits him right in the hands and that chest to secure it. Franklin had a couple of drops earlier in this game. He was able to bounce back, had a couple of big catches, of course, in the third quarter. Well, guys, they did it. And Bo Nix now has 5 game-winning drives this season. Give credit where it's due because Bo Nix does not get the love that he deserves, man. This is one of the best young quarterbacks in football. But 22-19, I waited until after the kick went in to get on the mic because if you know, last season that was a disastrous ending. But like I said, coming into this game, guys, I don't really care how the Broncos win as long as they win. And they did exactly how I thought this game would go, and that's going to be down to the last possession. And I literally said Troy Franklin was going to make a play, and he did. He ran a beautiful route. But just collectively, what a game, man. The Broncos offense, of course, just putting together scoring drives when they were given the opportunity. The defense was so freaking good all night long. They gave up that one touchdown drive, which was off of the Broncos touchdown drive. But outside of that, pretty flawless game. I mean, Patrick Mahomes threw 45 times, which is exactly what the Broncos wanted, is for him to drop back and to put the ball in the harm's way. And McMillan is definitely the star of this game, man. He had an interception. He had a sack on 3rd and 10. We broke down both of those, of course, looking at the highlights. Man, just what a time for the undrafted defensive back to show out, of course, with how important this game is to the team. Now 9-2, you got a big advantage over the Chargers who lost to the Jags. You just beat the Chiefs, so you have that tiebreaker as of right now. These two teams will go at each other later on in the season in Arrowhead. But everything went right for the Broncos. Like the only thing that could have went better would have been the Colts losing, but they had a bye. A very productive day. The Chiefs now, of course, being 500. Technically, they're 2 games out of a playoff spot because the Jags have that tiebreaker. The Chiefs are like the one team that I'm really concerned about as a Bronco fan, and the fact that they might not even make the playoffs now. They've got the Colts at home next week off a bye. Like the Chiefs are in serious danger right now. So what a day by the Broncos. I thought Vance Joseph called a great game as he has all season long, the past 2 seasons. The run game was definitely concerning. No J.K. Dobbins. The Chiefs have a very good front. And, penalties certainly were a problem. I mean, they kind of have been all season. Is like we saw the Broncos have a 3rd and 15 and Courtland Sutton made a play. So that has to be cleaned up. But overall, guys made plays when they had to. McMillan, Troy Franklin, Courtland Sutton, Bo Nix. And it just was the type of game that Broncos fans were hoping for coming in, is that the Broncos are going to have the ball last with a chance to win this game, and they executed, man. And it just felt like a sigh of relief because the Chiefs have had our number for years. And to finally be able to beat them, especially given the fact that Broncos 8-2, everyone's kind of saying they're frauds. But hey, you can no longer say that because they got it done. And literally holding the Chiefs to 19 points just shows what this defense has become, man. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, we know that he's an all-time great, and he had to work for everything in this game. Travis Kelce, 9 for 91 and a touchdown. He kind of turned back the clock here. Thornton had that 61-yard catch. If I'm being completely honest, like, the Riley Moss penalty was frustrating. There was a couple of calls, honestly, that really went against the Broncos. I'm not saying that that was the wrong call or anything. There was just a couple of things that nearly could have cost this team the game. But thankfully, again, the Broncos, they just put it into their own hands, man. And the defense, and with that rush coming, it's just, man, they looked unstoppable today, man. Patrick Mahomes had a lot of issues. And, like, the one thing I think I can complain about this game is that the Broncos played a little bit too slow for my liking. They've got to get guys out there in formations. They got to communicate and just be faster. Even Bo Nix literally was on the sideline telling Sean Payton that he's got to speed this up. Because from what we've seen this year, Bo Nix is at his best when the flow is just in his hands and the Broncos are getting to the line quickly and running plays and being set. And they haven't really done that, and that's why the offense seems to get going late, is because the game starts to... the game doesn't really speed up late in the game, but it's kind of like you got to go quick. Like, the game's on the line. It's win or loss, right? And that's when the Broncos offense seems to start to click. Like, they scored their most amount of points, which was only 9, but still, they scored 9 in the fourth quarter. And it's just been like that the entire season. But think about it this way. Denver, they've now beaten the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl. They beat the Eagles, of course, which was in Philly. It definitely just shuts up a lot of the haters knowing that this team did go into Philly in Week 5 and win. And then they took off the Chiefs in Week 11. But hey, they still have the Jags, who are tough. They've got the Packers, the Chiefs, the Chargers. There's some tough teams coming up. So, 9-2 is great and all, but the job isn't finished. But given that the Broncos won this game, I already felt good about the Broncos, but I've been waiting for them to have this type of game against a very, very respectable team like the Chiefs. And again, this isn't the same Chiefs of the last couple of years that have just dominated the AFC and dominated the division. It just isn't, and that's why the Broncos, I think, were able to pull away, because there was some mistakes in this game that against the old Chiefs they would have lost them this game. Like Riley Moss, thankfully they were able to overcome it. But it says honestly more about the Broncos than the Chiefs. It's not even about, oh, the Chiefs aren't the Chiefs. No, it's like the Broncos are here. They're legit, and they're coming for everyone, man. And Washington and Las Vegas up next. Like, the Broncos are probably going to be 11-2, like, knock on wood. But this team just looks absolutely unstoppable right now. And the offense is only going to improve. Like, I don't think you guys understand that. But by the time that season ends, like, the Broncos offense is going to be on a much different level. And we could be talking just about literally an unstoppable team come AFC playoffs. And the Bills are going to be tough. I mean, of course, we faced them in the wild card in Orchard Park. But if the Bills have to come to Denver, I think the Broncos legitimately will win that game. So I think it just comes down to seeding. And the Colts is the one kind of team that scares me for seeding. But the Colts have the second most difficult remaining schedule in football. Like, they have to go to Arrowhead. So that's... who knows how that's going to go. The Chiefs, if they lose again, they're done. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. So you never really know. But hey, man, all you can do is focus on what's in front of you. And yeah, we'll talk about the film tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to get right into Washington, man. Because again, it's just anything can happen in this league, man. You can beat the Chiefs and lose to the Commanders or lose to the Raiders. So if you don't take it seriously. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'm out.